Hello everyone and welcome back to my The Young and Restless 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Society, Claire asks Victor if there's really nothing she and Kyle can do to change his mind about their relationship. Victor obstinately says, nothing. Nikki walks in, looks at their faces, and asks, what did I miss? Across the room, Daniel tells Summer he wants to leave since she's fixating on Kyle and Claire. Summer will stop. She insists she's not jealous, only concerned. Daniel challenges her to prove it. Let's go. Claire tells her that her forefather made it clear there's nothing Kyle can say or do to change his opinion of their relationship. Summer agrees to leave and Kyle watches them walk out. At Kyle's table, Nikki asks her hubby what he was allowing. Victor says Kyle spoke his piece and nothing he said changed his opinion of his character. Claire says he's being illegal. Kyle came in good faith. Victor won't budge. He knows there will be trouble and he doesn't want her to have any part of it. Kyle and Nikki want to know what he means by that. Victor says the Abbotts are a disaster, staying to be. Kyle asks if this is about his parents. Their bond is stronger than ever. How can he be so sure there's going to be trouble, unless you plan on causing it yourself? Victor glares. Michael and Lauren arrive at the Jazz Chesterfield bar, and she realizes commodity is going on with him. Let's get it out and also we can go back to having a lovely evening. He tells her Victor has a new plan for war on the Abbotts and he hates it. It's as nasty as ever, and to what end? Why can't the man just let effects go? Lauren wishes she knew and harangues about what Diane and Jack went through the last time. Michael warns his master is determined to strip them of every last shred of happiness. Lauren and Michael suppose Victor needs a new hobby horse. Lauren reminds Michael that she advised him about these situations arising if he went back to work for the man. Perhaps, just perhaps, you should have heeded to me. Michael is as faithful to Victor as it gets. Lauren knows what Victor means to him, he no way left his side indeed during the firing. She wants to know what actually happened that night, but Michael says, there's nothing to see then. Lauren complains that he's avoiding her question. She needs to know how important peril he was in. She'll hold his olives hostage until he tells her everything she wants to know. Start talking. Michael will tell her exactly what they told Chance. He'd a meeting with Victor and Nick and Adam were there. At some point, Ian showed up wanting revenge for Jordan's death. He seized the security guard's gun and came clean about everything. Also he blazoned he was going to shoot them all, but Victor saved the day by taking the pellet meant for Nikki. He and Ian plotted over the gun and Ian failed. Lauren smothers that Michael had nothing to do with this. Why didn't Victor demand Ian let him leave? Michael says he did, but he stayed. Lauren's unimpressed as Michael explains the beginning respect he gets from Victor. He's family and he wasn't going anywhere. Lauren exclaims, indeed if you could have gotten killed? Michael's only remorse is that he couldn't help Victor from being shot. Lauren knows Michael didn't get the father he merited. It does her heart good to know he has someone strong like Victor to calculate on. But that man ticks her off way too frequently. He could have failed that night. No quantum of fidelity would have been suitable to fill the hole left in her and Finn's lives if that had happened. Michael's sorry he put what they had at threat, but only Ian failed. He and Jordan took Heather's life and nearly destroyed Phyllis and Sharon's. He got exactly what he merited. Lauren wipes down her gashes. Now tell me the rest. She knows he crossed the line of the legal verity. In bed in their suite, Diane promises Jack he'll be excited with the results at the house. He tells her she was right, this little flight was exactly what he demanded. Diane loves being alone. We should do this more frequently. He likes the way she thinks. Diane decides they need food. She wants to get dressed and go to Society. Daniel and Summer arrive at the GCAC. With Daniel leaving Phyllis a voicemail about her radio silence and asking for a call back. Summer prodigies if she zipped out to Paris to meet with Billy. Daniel points out they're all supposed to meet up for breakfast hereafter, and she's the bone. Who planned it? Summer reminds him their mama tends to chase after the splendid object. She's sure Phyllis is fine. Daniel muses that she couldn't get her to stop texting and calling before he accepted the offer, and now he can't get in touch. It's not like their mama. Summer feels that there must be an explanation, perhaps their mama lost her phone. Daniel points out she's virtually attached to her phone. Summer suggests they go upstairs and see if she's asleep. Daniel doesn't want to do that, but it's hard not to worry about her. Summer reminds him the people who are the real trouble are dead now. She's sure Phyllis has just gone down an Abbott dispatches rabbit hole. They agree to stay until breakfast, however, also they can worry if she doesn't show. Daniel teases Summer about being a Phyllis knockoff. Summer says she's not a knockoff, she's couture. But their mama has a lot of rates she aspires to, she's just not a jealous snooper. Daniel urges her to make sure she doesn't come one. As the night continues, Daniel jokes that he hopes Kyle and Claire don't show up to ruin Summer's mood. She gets bothered and he apologizes. Daniel couldn't help but suppose there's still commodity there. Summer insists she doesn't care who Kyle's courting. Daniel says, as long as it's not Audra or Claire. Summer yelps, stop. Daniel reminds her she's back on track with Chance and shouldn't be obsessing over Kyle. Summer informs him that he's the only person at the table who's obsessing. Daniel asks what's going on, is she not back on track with Chance? Summer doesn't know. After the way he treated Daniel and the way he was with Lucy and their mama during the disquisition, she doesn't know what to suppose. Daniel shrugs that he was just doing his job. He wants his family to be happy, however, great, if that's with Chance. He's just concerned that she's so upset about Kyle's love life when she claims to be over him. Summer accuses him of sounding like mama. Daniel just aloud. She might need someone to talk to. Summer is fine and doesn't want to argue about this presently. Can we please just leave it at that? Daniel turns his attention to the menu selection, but Summer's not empty presently. She begs off to do work. Daniel apologizes for deforming up their regale. Summer asks that they declare Kyle a content that's off the table and walks down. At society, Victor tells the table that Diane and Jack will tone destruct, and Kyle and Claire will be caught in the middle of it. Kyle complains that this is grounded on nothing further than his abomination for his family. Nikki says Jack and Diane have nothing to do with Kyle and Claire's relationship. Kyle tells Victor his argument is about his passions about his parents. Victor tells him he broke Summer's heart, and he isn't going to do the same thing to Claire. Kyle says he and Summer are in a veritably good place. Victor thunderclaps, you're not the right man for Claire. Kyle declares this to be ridiculous. Victor promises that an uninterrupted relationship between the two of them will be a massive mistake. He tells Kyle, it's up to you to make it right. Kyle takes Claire's hand. That's exactly what I plan to do. Victor warns if he hurts his granddaughter, he'll answer to him. With that, he walks out. Jack and Diane enter as he nears the door. Jack and Diane needle Victor, including about buying up glissade. Victor tells them to enjoy their fabricated bliss, it won't last. Jack and Diane join Kyle's table. Jack asks what they missed. Nikki sniffs, trust me, you don't want to know. Jack and Diane get in the circle, and Diane says Victor wants to control his granddaughter's life the way he wants to control everyone around him. Kyle relays that he's sure the house of Abbott will fall again. Diane says he needs to mind his own business. Kyle says that's not going to be. Jack hopes this isn't spooking Claire down. Kyle says, it's not, is it? Claire wouldn't be spooked off by her forefather, but it breaks her heart that he wouldn't give him a chance. She asks Nikki to talk to him. She'll try again, but can't make any pledges. Diane snorts that he's stubborn and revengeful. Nikki says those are two effects she'd know about. Jack and Kyle figure Victor's conniving commodity against their family as they speak. Nikki's so tired of this ongoing war. He took a pellet for his family, but can't see that what Jack did for her was just as heroic. Diane rolls her eyes. Victor knows Jack's a better man than he could ever be. Jack is sick that he's dragged Kyle and Claire into the middle of this rearmost battle. Nikki warns, brace yourselves. This is far from over. In the Jazz Chesterfield, Michael tells Lauren he doesn't want to get into lawfulness with her. She exclaims, I knew it. He thinks that all she needs to know is that Chance and the police are satisfied. He admits he occasionally leaves a fact or two out, but he sleeps relatively soundly knowing that Chance got the verity he demanded to hear. You should sleep inversely well. Rather in my arms. Lauren worries that whatever he did will come back to suck him. He'll always be dodging pellets for Victor. Michael doesn't want to talk about Victor presently. He tells Lauren she looks gorgeous tonight, and he adores her. He stands and pulls her onto the cotillion bottom, spinning her around and kissing her impertinence. Michael decides they should go upstairs. They kiss. Lauren purrs, now you're talking. At the estate, Victor pours a scotch and pulls out his phone. At the GCAC, Michael and Lauren shut the door of their suite as they kiss and start undressing. Michael tells Lauren he adores her, and they head to the bed. As he unzips her dress and kisses her shoulder, Victor calls. Lauren looks at her hubby pointedly. He ignores the call, dropping the phone on the nightstand. At the estate, Victor leaves Michael a voicemail saying he wants as important information about Jabot's future plans as possible, and he wants it ASAP.